there's metalcore and there's deathcore and there's death metal, but don't forget there's also thrash, you know? I'm Travis Malley. I'm the main vocalist and rhythm guitar player for Crimson Caliber of Medicine Hat. Well, we started in 2016. It started when Amber and I just wanted to start a band and start playing some of the music that we wanted to hear. Because frankly, there's not enough good thrash bands out there. It's what I grew up loving, and there's just no bands that are doing it quite like how we want to do it, so had to get going. That's a good question. A lot of it I enjoy. I mean, I think performing would probably be really high on the list. Songwriting, the process of going through that and everything like that. But I think performing probably stands out to me as the clear number one. There's been a lot of challenges. Just having 4 different people, trying to get them all on the same page about stuff. At this point, we've had members live in different cities, and that's a challenge logistically to get everybody together for practice, rehearsal, and then to be on your game when you're playing a show and you maybe haven't had the opportunity to practice for 2-3 weeks. And we went through that too. But we always found a way to make it work. But it is a challenge when people aren't in the same city. Pretty early for us in 2018, we got to go to BC. We performed at Metalocalyptic Festival in BC 2018 and 19. So we've been to BC, we've been to Saskatchewan, we performed in Saskatoon, and then obviously Alberta. We've been all over, Lethbridge, Calgary, Edmonton, and Medicine Hat a ton. Still haven't made it to Red Deer though, so we'd like to do that. We're friends with Volt and our buddies Supermodel Taxidermy from Fort Mac, so we're gonna figure something out for Fort Mac. We've got one full length out, that's Covenant Tyrannus, that we released in, did we release it in 2021? Now that whole COVID thing has kind of skewed the timeline, but yeah, so Covenant Tyrannus is our full length. We've got 3 EPs. Red Dawn Rising was our first EP, that was 2017. Then the very next year we released Manufactured Genocide. And then now our most recent EP, which came after Covenant Tyrannus, is Destined for Delusion. We released that in November of last year. Divine Abyss. We've got lots of stuff in the works for our new band, Divine Abyss. Besides that, yeah, we're working on some new Caliber stuff slowly. Probably it'll be in form of a single, first off. Yeah, we'll get a single done. We'll probably start thinking about maybe getting together a concept for a full length. Divine Abyss is our new project that we have with Theron Johnson, formerly of For a Life Unburdened, from here in the Hat. So it's a project with myself, Theron, and Amber. Theron does most of the songwriting and recording and stuff like that, and then I do the lyrical themes and all of the writing the lyrics, and I do the harsh vocals, and Amber does most of the clean singing. And she's going to be playing bass too, from what I understand. We did the first Divine Abyss song, I think, a year ago. That's actually out on Spotify. It's called All My Life. So All My Life was the first one. So we've got All My Life, One More Day, and then the new song that we're working on is called Shattered Reflections. And then I was speaking to Theron this morning, and he says he's got another new song that he's done that he's going to hit us with. Yeah. So. We've worked with different producers over the years. I mean, it's always been a fairly easygoing process no matter who we've worked with. These days we work with Theron Johnson. It used to be we would go to his place and record it when he lived here, and now, seeing as how he lives in Lethbridge, it's kind of like every few months he makes a trip to the Hat and he just brings his stuff, and we set it up in here and we just record what we need to, and then he goes back to Lethbridge and works on it there, and just kind of bounce mixes back and forth. Belvedere was a really, really good one. Authority Zero this year was really good too, even though I'm not that much of a pop punk guy. By the end they kind of had me won over, and like I said in our post, I was kind of bounced around like it was like a Blink-182 show or something by the end. I was having a lot of fun. Obviously Shadow of Death, in terms of thrash, that was really cool to see them. When the drummer stood up and grabbed the mic and did his song. He sang his song. That was a cool moment. Yeah, Belvedere really sticks out to me. They're absolute legends. We have a really cool one from Loud as Hell. Our former lead guitar player, Swan, he brought this big giant inflatable swan, like floaty toy. We like put a Crimson Caliber shirt on it, and midway through our set, kicked it out into the audience, and the thing was flying all over the place, and it was all deflated. It was just beat to and so the person that had it at the end got the free shirt, and he was wearing it so proudly too. Met him afterwards. I was like, "What's your name, man?" And he's like, "Brody, but it doesn't matter what my name is. All that matters is that I got the shirt." Like, I remember that because I have it on video. Yeah. I mean, growing, still a lot of growth to be had, I guess. It's amazing the amount of talented musicians that do come out of here. A lot of them move away to the bigger cities. I'm always shocked with the amount of talent that we have right here in town, like talking like bands like Raising the Ruins, Western Death. Obviously we got like Poke the Bear and Total Wolf are really good too. And I just hope more bands keep getting formed. I hope the younger generation picks up the torch and carries it on. It's scary when you think that just people are just not as interested in this type of music, and they're not playing this type of music anymore as much as they were, 5, 10, 20 years ago. A lot of growth to be had. I just hope that we keep going. Like, they love metal, they love thrash, and obviously they love the newer styles too, but it's good to have a band like us that's like, hey, there's metalcore and there's deathcore and there's death metal, but don't forget there's also thrash, I just want to thank everybody for coming and checking us out at All Waves. I mean, there was a lot of questions whether we were going to be able to perform or not. We've had turnover with our drummers, and then we were working with Marshall from Raising the Ruins for the show. And, I just appreciate the encouragement from everybody to get up there and do our thing, because it is important to me, and it just makes me feel really good to know that it's important to you guys too. It's an honor to be a part of this scene, and it always blows my mind just the people that we get to call our peers, Some of the crazy shredders, some of the crazy vocalists and stuff, and I get to stand next to them and say, yep, I played with these guys, and yeah, I played with this band, It's really humbling, and it's the biggest honor that you can have as a musician. Just look at the guy next to you who just belted his ass off for an hour-long set, and he still sounds like he didn't even sing a note, because he keeps his voice in such good shape. The consummate professionals that we surround ourselves with, it just blows my mind. We strive to be better all the time, to keep our game up as much as we can.